Happy Friday. I'm Carissa Wiley from sprinkledwithglitter.com. Welcome to my craft room. I've got something so fun planned today, and I'm so glad to see you all out there in the chat, chatting along, because it's going to be a chatty one today. We're going to have some time to really just kind of, hang out, ask some questions. I'm just messing around with my screen here, making sure everything's good. We're going to have a good time. I am doing something that's not a card today. And if you follow me on Instagram and you follow my stories, you know that I've kind of given you a preview. It's going to be so much fun. And we're using some pretty pink Posh products today. I really can't wait to see this all come together, and I'm hoping that I can get it done in a reasonable amount of time. If I cannot, I will finish it later and post pictures later. But I've done a lot of die cutting ahead of time. I do want to walk you through some of the die cutting to teach you how to do some things, but I think we can do this. So before we get to it, don't forget to like this video if you have not already, and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of my paper crafting, card making, and live stream video tutorials. I love to have you back here. I am so close to 40,000 subscribers, and I do have some giveaways lined up for a 40,000 subscriber celebration. So just a little preview on that. Another thing is I do have a giveaway today, and there is information in the YouTube description below. There's a Google form that you will fill out to enter the giveaway. It's open internationally. It is for a $50 Pretty Pink Posh gift card. So it's a digital gift card code. You can use it on their site. I don't know how their international shipping is or anything like that, but anybody can enter to win. So if you want to go over and click the link in the YouTube description below, fill out the Google form to enter the giveaway, and then I will choose a winner live here at the end of the live stream. You do have to be present to win. So I'll announce the winner. I'll give them a couple minutes to respond in the comments. If they don't respond in the comments after I announce the name, then we'll pick another one. So hello, everybody. I see so many familiar faces, and I'm so glad you're here. So let's get down to the desktop, shall we? Because I've been busy. Oh my goodness, have I ever been busy? So let's talk about what we're using today. We are using some products from Pretty Pink Posh. These Fringe products have been such a hit. Every time I create with them, you all love them. I've done a Fringe present. I've done Fringe trees for Christmas. I've done Fringe hearts for Valentine's Day, and now we have a Fringe egg, and I'm going to use that today, which you can kind of see here. And I'm also using the Fringe present, but I'm using this adorable bow from that. So we used that here about a month ago when I created the little pennants. So cute. Love this bow. Obsessed with this bow. I'm also maybe going to be using the Build an Egg set. Now this has several larger egg dies with all of the little pieces that you can die cut from various colors of cardstock and design them and decorate them any way that you want. And for those of you who are looking ahead to my desktop, yes, we are using felt today, and I thought we would create an Easter garland using the Fringe egg. I think this will be such a fun little project to put together. All of the felt that I'm using today, I have some recommendations for felt, and we can talk about that as we go along. But all the felt that I'm using today, all these colors that you see are from Poshta Design. And Poshta has a really high quality wool felt. They are sold in these little rolls here that are about 5 inches wide. And I messaged Lizzie from Poshta, and I asked her, I said, hey, I don't know what colors these are because I never label my felts. And she helped me kind of pick out what might be the colors. So I've linked the individual colors in the YouTube description below. To the best of my knowledge, the individual colors that I listed are the colors that I'm using today. So I have that there, and we're going to talk about die cutting felt and all of that. So you can see I've done a lot of die cutting ahead of time, and we will get to that. But I also wanted to talk about some adhesives. I have used the iCraft fabric fuse adhesive for a really long time. There is a liquid adhesive and like a sheet adhesive that works really well. But I also experimented with the Altenew adhesive sheets, and those seem to work well as well. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for using that. I also have a glue gun over to the side, which with me can be really dangerous. So we'll see what works the best. Vicky says, OMG, this is going to be amazing. I think so. I've also die cut some of the Build-N-Egg shapes out of various colors of felt. I thought we could maybe put them between, but I'm feeling like maybe that will be too much. And so we'll get to that in just a bit. But before we do, you'll see that I have several of the largest egg shape. They do have the little fringe at the bottom, kind of hard to see, but die cut out of some, this is called Tundra felt, this like really nice creamy white felt with a layer of cardstock on the back. And I want to start by showing you how I did this, because this is really going to make our little bunting or our little banner really sturdy, because this felt on its own, as is any felt, is very pliable. And I want this to hold up over time. And so I decided to add a layer of cardstock. Now you're also going to see all these little felt balls that I have put out here. I'm thinking I'm going to put those between my little eggs. And I have a poll for you guys, because yesterday on the live, everybody wanted me to do a poll. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that live. So let me tell you what the options are. Let me tell you where I'm leaning, and then we can decide together. So the options are to leave each of these eggs one solid color. So you would have all 4 layers in the pink, and then, which is taffy, and then sweet nectar, coral, something, tundra, chantilly, pea pod, glacier. So you would just have solid color eggs. I think this is what I am leaning towards, because I think it's so beautiful in kind of this spring rainbow order. But here's another option. The other option would be that we could like make multicolor eggs. So I don't feel like this is quite as classy. I'm just going to be honest. That is not my opinion. But I mean, like, it's not my favorite. I think I prefer like all one color eggs. And so I'm going to put a poll up, and you guys can answer the poll. Let me flip over here. So I already have it ready. So you guys can determine what you think. And I'm going to try to follow this along, and then we'll end it here in just a bit while I talk about some other things. I did see a question. Does Poshta sell the felt balls? So Poshta, Lizzie, does sell like some white felt balls. I think they might be a little smaller than this, but I linked some felt balls in the YouTube description below that are from Amazon, because that's where I originally bought these. So I went back to look. I did my best. It's been a while since I purchased them. I did my best to find the colors that I had in my stash and I pulled from, but I'm not sure if they're exact. So I'm just gonna put that out there as a disclaimer. So let's see where we are on our poll. Monochromatic is winning like 91. Oh my goodness, where did it go? Okay. It is like 88 to 12, 88% monochromatic and 12% mixed color. So this is a blowout. If it was like closer at this point, I hope did you all get like a chance to vote? Looks like several of you have. It's pretty, I mean, it's pretty blowout. Let's just end it here. We're ending the poll. We're going to do monochromatic, and we're going to keep it just like this in this order. And then we'll put the colorful felt balls between. And then I had this idea to have like felt bows, either on just maybe one, like the center one. And this is where that felt present comes in. So, or the fringe present comes in, that die set. So before I get started on this, let's talk about die cutting felt and die cutting these with the backer on them. I'm just going to stack these up and get it out of the way. So this is the Tundra felt. It's like that cream color, and you can see I have 6 of these already die cut with the cardstock backers. Oh, by the way, do you love my self tanner? It's not perfect. It's still processing. I think once I shower it off, it's going to be fine. But yes, I do have self tanner on today. That's just how I roll. Okay, so I have the Fabric Fuse Peel and Stick adhesive here. You could also use the Altenew sheet adhesive, but I'm going to show you how to make this work better because you need to do this with either one. I'm going to take, and this is a sheet adhesive. This seems to be a little thicker than the Altenew sheet adhesive sheets. And so I'm going to put this on the back of my felt. Now, what happens when you do this is if you try to pull this up, you are literally just pulling up the sheet, the whole sheet. You can't get the backer. So here is what you need to do to make this work. And here's what I did for all of this to make it work. I got to make some more space. I am using for this portion the Platinum 6 because I need a ton of pressure and I don't want to warp my plates for my Empress. And so you can see I have my felt with the adhesive sheet. The backer is still on it, so it's not sticky. And I'm placing this into my die cut machine, and I'm just going to run this through my die cut machine. This is going to give it a little bit of pressure and cause that adhesive to really fuse to the felt and into the fibers. So let's see. Yes, it was at the top of the chat. 26, which was more than half of you at the time, voted, and it was like 88 to 12%. If you're on a phone, I don't know that they appear as far as the poll goes. Okay, if you're on a computer, then it's at the top of the chat. So now that we have that adhesive kind of fused on there, then you can grab the backer a little bit easier and pull up just the backer, and it's making me, no, it's not making me a liar. I was like, it's making me a liar. Okay, so now you can see where I have the adhesive on there, and I'm going to take a piece of white cardstock and I'm going to place that on the back. And this is just going to add a little bit of sturdiness to the back of these felt pieces to give them a little bit of heft and weight. Okay, so once I have that done, then I'm going to take the Fringe egg here, and I'm going to take this largest one and place that onto the felt. So I have the felt up and the cardstock down. You could probably do it either way. Oh, it does appear on the same place for Apple iPhones. Oh, good to know. Good to know. So then I'm going to take this, and I have a standard die cutting sandwich here with a shim in it, and I'm going to run this through my die cut machine. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This is a ton of pressure, okay, because we got that felt, and I got such an arm workout earlier today. We have the felt and the cardstock, and you can see I've run it all the way through, but I'm going to crank it backwards, and then I'm going to crank it forward again because we're going through all those layers of felt and the cardstock and the adhesive, and then I'm going to roll it back. Okay, so I've kind of rolled it through a couple of times. Let me lean back and get this out of the way. And I have just found that I like the Platinum 6 for cutting through all these layers. And then I can pop this out, and I have my egg, my large egg base with the felt on it that does not want to come out. Okay, got it. So I have my felt shape here. You can see the fringe on the bottom with a cardstock backer. This cardstock backer is going to get sandwiched between our egg shapes. Okay, so that's cutting felt with some cardstock on the back. But now I want to show you how I die cut just the standard felt. And I was able to switch over to my Empress for that because I'm not going through as many layers. But I will just show you, so easy to do. It's a standard die cutting sandwich for this. I am not using any like extra shims or anything. I'm using the magnetic mat and the 2 clear plastic cutting plates, which is the standard sandwich. Sometimes you add a metal shim if it's intricate. And I'm just going to show you with one piece here of the Fringe egg because I've die cut so many of these. And I'm just going to run this through. Now you're going to see the roll hanging out the back. I just like unroll it and let it roll through my machine. And then I trim off any in the end. But I'm going to show you this die cuts really beautifully. And the reason, the reason is because I am using a high quality wool felt. If you're going to buy I'm just going to be honest because I've worked with felt before. I've worked with felt for a long time. When I was back with Ellen Hudson, we did a lot of felt projects. And I know for a fact that if you use cheap felt from like the big box store, it doesn't cut well. You have to have like a quality wool felt for it to cut well. Look how easy that cut. Just beautifully. Kristen, Mom Snoozy says, how many times before you perfected this? Well, I've been doing felt, for a long time. And so I just kind of know. Adding the cardstock is a little bit trickier because you're going through all those layers. But I just knew I would need more pressure. And so I went with my Platinum 6 for that. And let me tell you, I got an arm workout today. I got an arm workout. Okay, so now that we have 7 colors of eggs and 7 backers with the felt, we can start kind of adhering all this together. Now, the thing about this is we need to remember that we have to have a place for our twine or our thread to go through. I'm going to use just some, this is just some basic string twine here, and I have a tapestry needle. So I'm going to use that in the end, but there's a couple ways we can do this. We can use hot glue, which is dangerous for me, or I'm going to try the fabric fuse. Now, I remember the fabric fuse loving the sheet adhesive, but I haven't used the liquid adhesive in quite some, in fact, have I ever? Is it even open? Yeah, it is. Okay, it's flowing, but it's like thick. Okay, let me grab a needle and open this up. Christine says it looks so soft. It is that wool felt. It's just high quality. It's a good felt. So let's see if we can do this. We may have to open this up. And I will be honest, this particular fabric fuse glue has been in my stash for quite some time. It's been a minute. I'm going to just snip off the top and see if we can open that up a little bit. Let's turn up the gas. Turn up the gas some more. Now, I could have put another layer of the sheet adhesive on the back side of this. I don't think this is going to work. That's old. I could have put another sheet adhesive on the back side of this, but I really felt like die cutting that was going to be impossible. And so I did not do that. So let's try my Barely Art. I have Gina K Connect over here too. We could probably use that. So I have this with the cardstock side face up. Okay, so I have felt on the back. I have cardstock and felt. I'm gluing this to the cardstock. So basically I have felt, cardstock, felt. And I'm gonna just like glue that in place. And I'm gonna allow the little fringe pieces to kind of just, I'm gonna try to remember not to put too much glue in that area because I really don't want to hinder the fringiness. Fanny's here. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. We just got started. Carmen says, what other craft projects have you made with felt? I've done stitched ornaments. I've done coffee cozy things. I've done a lot with felt. You can actually take these felt shapes and put them on a card too. They're really fun. I've die cut some clouds before from felt and created a really adorable baby boy card. So there's really a lot that you can do with felt. Now here's where I'm not sure I'm gonna love this liquid glue for this, but we'll see. So I'm just adding this. I'm skipping the parts with the fringe, and then I'm going to stack this up. So we're gonna do 7 of these, so it's gonna take a minute. So you guys, if you have questions today, it's a good day to ask questions. I'm just gonna make sure that I get the tops lined up so everything's good. And now we have 1, 2 layers. There are 4 layers total. This layer feels like if I were to adhere it and try to get my twine through, that it might be a little too, flimsy is not the word, but it wouldn't have enough security. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue this first layer or the top layer to the second layer down. I'm going to line everything up. And then when I adhere this layer here to my base egg, I'm going to glue at the top and across here, but I'm going to leave it kind of open in the middle. And so that I will have a place to kind of slide my twine through and be able to create a banner out of this. So we'll do this. And we could use hot glue for this and everything would be like set up almost immediately, but I have a feeling I would just be burning myself. So let's call that one good. And while I'm working on the others, I'll just take, yeah, and Julie says everything looks better with Fringe. I agree. And then we'll be able to fluff all that up when we're done. So it will have a lot of dimension. Okay, so we're moving on. I'm gonna switch to Gina K Connect. Let's see what this does. I don't use it that often because I've just, like, before I ever got it or tried it, I just used Barely Art all the time. And so, oh, it comes out so fast. So I'm going to do this, skipping the fringe area. Okay. Placing this onto the cardstock side of this so that the back has a finished felt side. Okay. So let's do this. Next layer. This Gina K Connect, which, like I said, I haven't used it a whole lot. It really is very fluid. It has a very fluid, like it comes out of the bottle really easily. You don't have to squeeze the bottle very hard to get the liquid glue out. So that's kind of nice. I have a little fuzzy on my egg there. Okay, and then we're going to do this top layer onto the second layer. And then we will do this one where we're going to glue it at the top, leave it open in the middle, and then glue at the bottom. So I'm thinking I will hang this in the background here of my studio during the Easter season. And I could have made this with less layers, but honestly, I did want it to like hold up over the years and last. So if I was going to put the time into this, I thought I might as well have something that will like last me for years to come, like as a little piece of decor. Okay. It's really, so Gina K, I hear good things about it, the Connect Glue. It has like a chemical smell to it. It definitely, like, I can smell it. I don't know that I can smell the Barely Art glue, but I can definitely smell the Gina K. Okay, I have to like wipe that off my hand. Okay, we're gonna keep going here. I'm gonna try to do this as fast as possible, but also I wanna take some time to kind of talk to you about what I'm doing, answer any questions that you have, because I want you to see all of this being strung together as well, and some of the options that we can have with this. So I'm doing this with the fringe egg, but you could totally do this with the Pretty Pink Posh fringe heart. You can totally do it with the fringe trees for Christmas and create, you know, similar little banners for different holidays and seasons. So I did, and I have shown, like with the fringe present and with the fringe heart, I have shown alternate projects with those as well. So like we did a tag and a mini heart in a video tutorial on my channel using the flag, a mini card, using the fringe heart on my channel. So if you want to see more inspiration with the fringe products from Pretty Pink Posh, I definitely have those on my channel. Okay, now this one is going to be white. So I know I'm putting it on a white backer, but there's like fuzz on there. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so we have a lot of Gina K. Connect Glue users out there. Oh, you want to make the, okay, so I will tell you this. If you get into the felt thing and stitching, then Lizzie over at Poshta has some really cute dies as well. So, but I just wanted to show you that some of the things that we purchase for like card making, we can use them for other projects as well. We don't have to just make cards with them. And so I thought this was a perfect opportunity to show something that's not a card. And I know that this is not up everybody's alley, but I still hope that you walk away inspired, because you could create several colored eggs and put them on card projects and that sort of thing. I'm messing up here because I'm talking. So you could do that with the smaller eggs, like this build an egg set, and have a bunch of colorful eggs in the same palette kind of going across the top or the center of your card as like a border. So I think that would be a lot of fun too. So I hope you walk away with maybe some color inspiration, even if you feel like this isn't your thing. But these dies and this felt, they cut really well. I mean, look at that. So cute. And we may put some like sequins onto our banner in the end. That's a whole lot of fringies going on with this banner. Yes, it's so much fun. And sometimes it's nice to just take a break from cards. Like this week, I've done a lot of different things on my cards, or like I did like a mini card instead of like an A2 card. I've done, that was with the Pretty Pink Posh release. Yesterday we did like Carissa style mixed media, layers and layers. My daughter told me afterwards that's not mixed media, but I'm calling it what I want to call it. So what's everybody up to this weekend? I want to hear all about your plans. I have to prep for a bridal shower tonight for a sweet couple in my church, or the girl, I guess it would be for her. And so we're going to do the food, and then I'll be up early tomorrow morning to do like setup at my friend's house. So it's going to be a busy weekend. We're teaching, my husband and I are teaching tomorrow night. And so we have like just a lot of stuff going on. So there's no mystery to this. I'm continuing to do what I've been doing with all of these. The fringe really does make these just come alive. And when I fluff the fringe in the end, once we get them on the banner and we fluff the fringe, I think this is really going to be just a really fun project. I'm going to a junk journal class tomorrow. Oh, that sounds fun. That's, sounds very like Amy Tangerine. My local craft store, the homework for LST. I also have some projects to make this week. Chris says her spring break just started, so she's looking forward to crafting. How fun. I'm assuming a teacher, Chris. My husband's a teacher, but he doesn't get spring break until the week leading up to Easter. And we do have some plans for that. We're going to just get away to the Central California coast here, over in the Avila Beach, Pismo Beach area. So we're going to do that. And I'm hoping all this is sticking together, because I'm just like gluing this and I did not check anything. Because if we have to go back through and re-adhere all these because my glue didn't stick, then we're going to be way behind schedule. Okay, Roberta wants to know, what is LST, Jen? And I'm trying to think of what it might be, and I don't know what it is either. LST. Let's stamp together with scrapbook and cards today. Oh, awesome. Fanny says if I get lucky, I will have some crafty time. I had a lot of great inspiration this week and can't wait to try it. One of those inspirations was the Pink Fresh Studio card you did this week. Awesome. Yes, I've been live a lot this week. I was live on the Pink Fresh Studio YouTube channel earlier this week. That's right, I totally was. We are having Easter holidays in a week's time. 2 weeks off. I'm so ready for it, and students too. Yes. By this time of the year, the students are ready for a break. I know my husband is too. Oh, Jenny, did you know she's on spring break? And she is a high school math teacher. My husband is a high school math teacher. So I'm crafting, filming, and organizing my craft room. Oh, and we went shopping in the big city. What is the big city? What big city are you near, Jenny? I'd like to know. So one of my favorite big cities is San Francisco, but I have not been there in years. Has been in the past. I'm not sure what it's like now because it did change after COVID, I feel like. Haven't been there since before then. How long is spring break in the US? For my husband, it's about a week. For some schools, it's a couple of weeks. So it just depends. I don't know that there is like a standard. I feel like every school district has their own kind of thing that they do. So I'm not sure. Ours is a week, and they usually give the day off after Easter Sunday. So like the Easter Monday they give off because most kids are traveling back from wherever they've gone. I'm just picking up my lid. I have to pick up things when they drop in my craft room or my dogs eat them. My daughter, sister, and niece are planning a baby shower for my daughter-in-law and son. Yay! I'm becoming a Vivi soon to my first grandchild in July. How exciting! Ghirardelli in San Francisco. Well, unfortunately. Oh, did Paulina jump in here? Hello, Paulina. You snuck right by me. Unfortunately, Ghirardelli, I don't like chocolate, so it's not really my jam. Okay, let's check our eggs. I should have done this earlier. Okay, we're pretty good there. I think, I don't know. I feel like this is sinking in too much. We may have to go back with the glue gun because I feel like this, oh, it feels good there, but there's some of these that just, the layers feel like they need extra, but this is the layer that I don't want to adhere too much. Okay, we're going to move on. We're just going to like pray that that works. I'm thinking I'm going to have to go back and reinforce with some hot glue, but that can totally be done. Easter Monday. It's a national holiday in Germany. Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, San Francisco is still wonderful. That's good to hear. It's good to hear. Okay, let's do this. Let's see. See, like this just totally came off. Okay, let's do this. We're going to have to do some hot glue. We're going to make it fast, okay? I think we can still do this. I didn't really want to have to do the hot glue thing, but I feel like this is not going to stay together if we don't just bite the bullet and do the hot glue thing. Also, we have a ton of glue just coming out of this. And here goes the burning. Okay, so let's do this. This is the second layer, so we're just adhering at the top. Okay, yeah, I don't, okay, so I know for sure that the fabric fuse works, this liquid glue. I don't know why mine, it's probably because it's old, is not coming out, but I know that that will work. If you want to try a liquid glue rather than a hot glue gun, but it looks like the Gina K is kind of just soaking into the fabric and it's not really adhering anything. So it adhered to the cardstock pretty well, but the fabric layers of the felt are not adhering well with that Gina K. The other thing that you could do is kind of tack all these together and run a line of hand stitching around the edge of all these, and that could be a really fun way. Now, before I get through all of these, now I'm going to just check that we can run this needle through that layer where we've left an opening, and we totally can. So that's going to be perfect. See that? We're going to run that through just like that. That's why we're only putting the glue at the top of these layers that have the second layer. Okay. So we're going to do that. Now, I warned you on Instagram that this could be a thing where we have to kind of experiment a little bit and kind of see where we go. And so the liquid glue thing, it would not be my recommendation. I would say just start with hot glue or with that fuse glue that I cannot get to work. And I think you would be good. I would not use sheet adhesive on all of this like we did with the cardstock layers and the felt, because you wouldn't get your fringe to lift. Okay, that layer feels like it's adhering well. So, but that was the it was the Barely Art glue on this one, because remember we started with that. So I feel like maybe the Barely Art glue for felt won over the other. Okay, so we're just having to re-adhere some of this stuff. Any questions? In the comments, ask Paulina while she's here. My favorite big city is Chicago. It's only 3 hours from me. That's awesome. I've actually never been to Chicago. I love New York City also. It's my favorite big city that's not a California city. LA is like meh. I've lived in California all my life. LA is meh. It's really spread out. It's not like a big city that you can just like go to the middle of and walk around and stuff. But everything in LA is like really, really far away. My brother works in downtown LA, my oldest brother. So, okay, this is going to be so stinking cute when this all comes together. I love Barely Art glue, says Jenny. I do too. It's good glue. But we need to just get this going. And so since we're adhering everything twice, I probably should have checked one before like going through all the layers and adhering them. But that was a miss on my part. So oftentimes when I'm using felt, I'm either using it on a card where I can adhere it to cardstock, and it's actually very easy to adhere to cardstock, or I'm doing some stitching with it, so I don't necessarily need adhesive. And so this is kind of a trial and error kind of situation here with adhering these together in the best way for a banner. Okay. These look adorable. Just a few more here. Question, do you use Barely Art glue? Why do you stop? I don't know, because I have heard good things about that, but I mean, either way, it's fine. I had it there and I thought, oh, I hear really good things about Gina's glue. Let's try it for this felt and see. I honestly didn't know that the Barely Art would just adhere as well as it did on that first one. So sometimes we just, you know, experiment with the things that we have and we figure out what works and what doesn't. Okay. Does Poshta ever have sales and coupons? Honestly, I don't know, Kristen. Not real sure. You could probably follow their social media, and I'm sure they post anything like that on their social when they have it. Okay. I can see where that glue was before, so I'm just going over it with the glue gun there. I'm going to have hot glue all over my fingers, but the good news is I haven't burnt myself too much, knock on wood. I do need another glue stick. I had one on my desk and I don't know what happened to it. Okay. Pretty pink. Okay, Colleen wants to know if there's any chance of train stamps and dies. Okay, Paulina does have some train stamps. I'm not sure what theme they are, if they're Christmas or not, but Paulina from Pretty Pink Posh definitely has train stamps. So if you're looking for that, you have come to the right place. I mean, yeah, it's good to kind of experiment with things sometimes and know what's working and what's not. I mean, I just honestly did not want the fuss of hot glue because hot glue can be quite, I think it's just dangerous for me, if I'm being really honest. We have a Christmas one on our radar. Okay. So we have a Christmas one on the radar from Pretty Pink Posh. Okay. This glue stick just does not want to stay in there. Stay. We're almost done with this part and then we'll move on to the next part. So we have talked about, you know, how to die cut felt. Also, if you're coming in late, I do have a giveaway, but you have to be present to win when I announce it at the end. You have to be 18 or older. It's for a Pretty Pink Posh $50 gift card. So you can pick up some of the new release with that, which includes this. I have a couple of cards that I've created featuring the new Easter spring release products. So if you're looking for inspiration for that, you can head, you know, to the other videos on my YouTube channel after this. I have a couple more of those. So, okay. So lesson learned, I think that hot glue or maybe Barely Art would be the way to go for these. Okay. And now we have our adorable Fringe eggs ready for our banner. And we decided to go with, this is the one that I put glue too far down, but we decided to go with the monochromatic eggs after our little poll. And we're going to put them in this order. So they have a lot of weight to them because we have that cardstock layer hidden in them. And this is how we're going to string them together. Now I have the little felt balls. Let me move the hot glue gun. Let me move this. I have the little felt balls and I thought what we could do is just kind of, now none of these match the felt colors that I have exactly, but I thought we could just do this and put some bright colors in between. And I think it adds even more color to this. And we'll do the white ones at the end. And then we'll go through and grab our bows and see what we want to do with those. I love that you're Jenny with an I. I was too growing up until I decided I wanted to be called Jen. My brother was Benji growing up and he decided in midway through high school, he wanted to be Ben. And so everybody had to get used to calling him Ben. Okay, yes, they do have a lot of thickness to them. So when they're hanging there, they're gonna look fantastic. Isn't that cute? Love this. I love this. I don't even know, I kind of came up with this a while back. I thought I could do a banner with those and that would be like the cutest little thing ever. So isn't that fun? Okay, so here's what I wanna do because I've done this a few times. I've created like banners with things like this before, way back in the day when I was creating for Ellen Hudson. I have a bunch of twine and I have it on, it's still connected to the actual roll. I'm gonna work this way from the right side to the left. Normally you would wanna work, I mean, if you knew, but I don't wanna cut the twine yet. And so what we're gonna do, I have a tapestry needle on this twine. It's like a thick string. And I'm gonna go through the felt ball, the center of it, with my needle, and I'm gonna pull it through. This is the hardest part right here. Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, I see Paulina talking about the hops and stuff. So I'm going to just pull this way down the twine. Okay. Cause I'm okay making it longer than I need. I don't want it to end up being too short. And then I'm going between the layers. Do you remember on the second layer, I just put glue at the top and then here so that I could go between those layers and pull my twine through. So I'm going to just grab that needle on the other side and pull my egg through. So it's going to sit on the twine and be held in by those layers of felt. So do you see that? Okay, so then I can move it all the way over to where the ball is. And then I'm going to move to my next ball. I'm going to go straight through the center and pull it through. The eye of the needle with the twine on it is the hardest part to get through. Then I'll just pull that all the way through. I'm going to grab my next egg and I'm going to go through behind that second layer where I've left a gap in the adhesive. And I will pull my egg onto the twine. So here's what we have so far. Okay, we're going to keep working our way across. So this one, and we're going to pull this through. Yeah, Pretty Pink Posh releases have been amazing and been working with them more and more and just loving the products. They're so much fun. I could honestly just use everything. They're so cute. Can do this too, where you like stab it into your desk and then pull this through. Yes, it would be so much fun to make it for a classroom and make it longer. I'm only making 8 because I'll show you. I only need it for like this portion right here, like the center portion. And so I think 8 eggs is actually way more than enough to get me across there. And I just, no, 7 eggs. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eggs. Lies. Not 8. 7 eggs. Have 8 balls. 8 felt balls. Okay, so I'm just going through here. Stringing these on. Stringing them along. Okay, and here's why it's beneficial to have it still on the roll, because if I need more, I just pull more out and push them down the twine a little bit further. So I don't have to know exactly how much twine I need. Question is, threading your needle behind the layers of felt on the eggs sturdy enough for long term? I think it is, but you could also, you could put some holes in there and do it that way, but I think that this is going to hold just fine. I mean, you're not going to want to pull on it or anything, but like yank and yank, but seems to be holding. This one doesn't have the new glue behind it, so. Let's do that. That's too hot to get off. Okay. Ooh, I'm messy today with the glue. Okay. So another option would be to like stitch it through the felt, and you could do that. But I think this is going to be fine. You can try one, Fanny. Try one, see what you think. And if you don't like it, then you could like, you know, change directions before you do like all of them. You know what I'm saying? Try one and figure it out. You could put holes in the top, like a couple little holes, and like weave it through there. You could do that instead. I just didn't know if I wanted to put holes in my eggs. I think I wanted them to be like, you know, like solid. Okay, so we're working along. These are all really close together because I don't have enough twine, but I'm going to space these out in the end. Thank you all. I saw Paulina's sweet comment about my work. Thank you. So glad it doesn't disappoint. I aim to please. I want to always do my best. That's what I do, try to do. Okay, this guy, come on. Let's do this. So we're just going back behind those layers. Put that on there. And then my last little ball, which is another white ball. So I've started and ended with like this creamy white color on my banner. I just can't grab that needle now. Okay, I got an idea. Hold on. I'm gonna grab this little hot glue pad. Let's see if I can grab it better with that. There we go. Get a little grip on it. Plans for another add-on for winter mug. The mugs are so cute. I don't think I have any of the mugs. Okay, do you guys see this? How cute are we? Oh, we are so cute. Okay, so here's the deal. Do you see how close everything is together? That's why I did not cut my twine. I left it on the spool because then I can go through and space all this out and figure out how much space I want between them, and then kind of space these things out so that everything's not right on top of each other. For time's sake, what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to grab a bunch more of this twine off of this roll because I have plenty, and I'm going to trim it. And then I can space this out later and just figure out how long I want it and how long I want to trim it too. But here is, and don't get it tangled like I just did. Here is my banner. Okay, but we're not done. Okay, because we have another idea. My idea, and maybe we just do one. I'm thinking this bow from the Fringe present. Would this not be the cutest little thing maybe on the center egg? Just like that. Isn't that cute? I love that. So we need to know what color. Should we have the nectar, which I love the nectar. We could have the taffy color, or we could layer a couple of the colors up like this. This bow in the back with the tundra felt, which is that creamy color, is also has the cardstock backer. So it will be a little more sturdy. So this is what I'm thinking. Thinking we do this and we just tilt this one off and we have like a double layer bow there. And then we can put like a sequin in the middle. Ha! I love this. Nectar. Okay, we're going to do the double layer like this. So I'm going to just hold these together because they look like they're in like a fantastical position. I have my hot glue gun over here that's trying to get onto my string. So let's do this. We're going to just put a dot of glue right there in the center. Everybody says, yes, use both layered together. And that's, I'm glad you like it because that's what we're doing. And then to give this a little sturdiness, this has cardstock and felt, so felt and cardstock. And then we're going to line up the back layer, which is that pink layer, with the cardstock because this is a symmetrical bow. So we can do this. And because we're going on to cardstock, I think it won't be a problem to use the Barely Art glue. I think the felt to felt, everything gets absorbed and it's hard. Solomon's here. Hi. So I think the Barely Art glue for this will be just fine. And it will give me some wiggle room to get that pink bow in the back lined up onto the cardstock layer because that is a little tricky with the bow being so, it's just flimsy because of the felt, you know, it's fabric. And so Oh my gosh. Oh, yes. Yes, I love that. Oh my gosh. It would be way too much to have them on everyone, but I think having it on this, especially like this white egg in the center, is so cute. Roberta says, swoon, admire, love. I'm so glad. I think this is such a fun project. Now, let's pull in one more thing. We are at about an hour, which I think is about perfect. If you have not already entered the giveaway, I want you to go and do that right now because I am going to be wrapping this up, and I'm looking for the right one. Happy Easter. Maybe it's this one. No, Easter greetings. Is it this one? Yeah. Because the other thing we could do is just put like a little simple stamped greeting on there too. Yeah, I think the center one is perfect too. And then we have like the colorful eggs. Now I did die cut all these eggs using the build-in egg, and I have the cardstock backers. But I felt like if I put those in there too, it was just getting to be too much. And so what I can do with those is I can create a card. So I'm thinking like, where do I want to put it? A little further down so you don't lose the egg shape. I don't know. We'll decide that. Let's stamp the greeting. I think I was saying go enter the giveaway if you have not already. There is a Google form in the YouTube description below, and you'll just fill that out. And at the end, I'm going to choose a winner, and you do have to be present to win. So let's do this. This is just an option. We don't have to do it if we don't love it. But I'm going to take this Easter greetings. This is from the Easter greetings stamp set, also part of the new March release. I'm going to stamp it onto some white cardstock. And maybe this is one of those things that you like temporarily adhere onto the banner, but it's not permanent. Like you could change it out, or you could get little die cut letters and put them on your eggs. But let's try this. And let's grab the coordinating die and line that up. And because we're working with a pigment ink, I just used the VersaFine Clair Nocturne pigment ink. Because we're working with a pigment ink, I am going to grab a piece of scrap paper. Should I keep them right here? This is like old planner that I didn't end up using. I printed like more than one, didn't end up using it. How do we enter? You go to the Google form and you fill it out. And that's how you enter. What is the brand of your glue gun? I need to purchase, oh my gosh, it is just like the cheap one from probably Michael's or something like that. It's not a fantastic glue gun. Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh. I love that. I love the little greeting there. I think it's so cute, but I am going to double it up so that it has some stability, and maybe I'll just put it on there. Like temporarily, because it may not, like a cardstock greeting on the top of this may not hold up over time. So for those of you asking about the giveaway, there is a link to a Google form in the YouTube description below. You have to click that link. You have to fill out the Google form with your information. It has like your email address, your name, and you have to confirm that you're 18 or older to win. And then that's an entry. I'm going to pick from that Google form entry here in just a bit. Okay, so let's take our bow and we're going to add some hot glue to the back right in the center. And we're going to add our bow kind of in that second layer there. So it's down a little bit from the top, maybe up just a tiny. Okay, so we still kind of get this egg shape at the top. Then we're going to take our liquid glue. You know, considering the fact that I had to go back and glue some of these layers together a second time, I think we did pretty good on the time. I did do all of the die cutting ahead of time. Can you heat emboss on felt? I don't think so. I have stamped on felt before with like a permanent ink and then die cut it, but I don't think the embossing inks that we have would really allow for that. I think the embossing ink would not, it would absorb too much into the felt, and then you would not, and then the embossing powder is going to stick to all the fibers of the felt. No, I wouldn't try it. I wouldn't even try it. Jenny says, I just can't. This is way too cute. I agree. I think it's going to be the cutest little addition to my craft room. And then what I can do is just add like a little, yeah, I mean, the embossing powder is gonna just stick to all the fibers of the felt. It just won't work. It won't. I mean, we could try it, but I would say, no, that's not gonna work at all. So, okay, let's do this, shall we? I'm gonna stand up and we're gonna take this over. I have a lot of extra string so that I can space it out as I want, but it's just like this right now. But look how cute this is gonna be. Oh, you guys can't see. I can't get out of your way. Here, I got an idea. Let's see if we can just stick you there. And then do you see? How cute is that? I love this. It's gonna be the cutest little thing. And I can space these out because I have plenty of string over here to make my banner longer. But that's why I started on the right-hand side, because I don't have to know how much string I need. I just pulled off a bunch of extra and then I have plenty of string to space these out. Isn't that adorable? Okay. Who loves it? Who loves it? Oh my goodness. That is so cute. So let's bring it all here. I have several extra bows. Let's bring it all in here. Several extra bows. And I'm going to go over right now. Give me just a minute. I love this so much, says Stephanie. I have some of the other Pretty Pink Posh Fringe sets, and now I'm getting so many ideas. I know the hearts for Valentine's Day would be so cute. And if you are not into the felt thing, like, I totally get that. You could do this with paper. I just wanted it to be felt because I felt like it would last longer and it would hold up longer over time if it was created out of felt rather than the paper. But you could totally create this out of paper. You could do the same thing, just different colors of paper. And I'm glad that we did the solid eggs. Okay, I'm gonna bring this in because I need to go over to, let's see. Yep, that's where I need to go. We're gonna pick a winner for the giveaway. If you have not already, would you please give this video a thumbs up? And our winner has to be present to win. So I'm using random.org. We have 44 entries. Let me just refresh this just to make sure. 44 entries. And we're going to pick a number between 1 and 44. Okay, I have a winner. Let's see. Individual, we're going to go to number 5, which is, oh my gosh, she's gonna die. She's gonna die. The winner is Roberta S. Roberta, you have won the $50 Pretty Pink Posh gift certificate. So you're going to be able to pick up some brand new products from Pretty Pink Posh and shop away. I am so happy. Francis is here. Hey, I didn't see you earlier. That's the cutest keyboard I've ever seen. I'll go back and link this. I love it too, and it makes all the noises, which I love. It's Bluetooth. It can hook to your phone, which, by the way, you can totally stick your, before I had the, is this the 16? I have the iPhone 16. Before I had the 14, it was a little thinner and it fit in there really good, but you can Bluetooth it to like your phone or your iPad and use it for that too. So I need that keyboard. Okay, well, you guys check back and I will add it to the YouTube description as well. So I love that so much. Does anybody have any questions for me before I head out? Roberta, I'm going to send your email address over to Paulina, and Paulina can send the gift certificate over to you digitally. So, oh, Roberta says it's just in time for her birthday next week. Happy birthday, Roberta. So happy. I'm really thrilled. Thank you, Paulina, for the giveaway. Such a wonderful giveaway to be able to do that here. And I really do. I hope that you all had some inspiration for using some of these dies without creating a card. But of course, these felt eggs, you could totally make a felt egg and put it on a card, and it would be so much fun. I know Carly T. Carly T is a friend of mine. We go way back. We were roomies one time at Creativation, which is a trade show for the creative industry. But we go way back. She does some really cute things with the Fringe things and tissue paper and making like piñata stuff and all of that. So try it. My glue gun. Are you wanting to know what kind of glue gun I have? Art Minds. It's just a little cheapy from probably Michael's, I don't know, or Joann's or something. I probably was in desperate need of one and just ran and got whatever I could find, and they had gold, so I got gold. And then I'm using the Gorilla Hot Glue sticks, the mini sticks. What day is your birthday? Oh, Kristen has a birthday coming up too. Okay, it doesn't look like you all have any questions. And I would love to get these projects photographed today because I have one from yesterday that I need to photograph as well. So I think I'm going to tell you all goodbye, say thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this project that was not a card. Be sure to check out the Pretty Pink Posh March release. She has such great like just beautiful spring and Easter things available. I created an adorable Easter shaker card at the beginning on the 19th. So anyway, be sure you check that out. And thanks all for hanging here. If you're watching on the replay, I'm so glad you're here as well. And until next time, cheers. I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on the notifications here on my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my card making and paper crafting video tutorials. Thanks again.